welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video, which is going to be a foundation review, a new foundation review. And might I add that I don't think I've ever had a review or first impression review for a product this soon. This foundation just launched on Wednesday, so like 2 days ago, but I did receive it yesterday on Thursday. Like, I ordered this foundation on Wednesday and it arrived on Thursday. I was so shook, like literally so shook, and I was impressed. And I'm talking about the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue foundation, which is just for you. And yeah, I received it so quickly. I was like, okay, it just deserves to be a first impression. You guys know I always follow up with my reviews or my first impressions in my monthly favorites. Like, I follow up and let you know, like, hey, it did end up working, or hey, it did not end up working. So we're going to have a first impressions today. I will continue to try it throughout the month. In my monthly favorites and disappointments, I will let you know if it was a favorite or a disappointment after I have fully tested it out for, you know, that amount of time. So let's get right into it and let me show you the packaging and everything. I did pick up the sponge as well because they also launched a sponge with this collection. So this is what the foundation looks like, the box. You can see it's Meet Your Hue, and this foundation is available in 42 shades and its price is $36. Now let me show you the bottle. It's actually a very nice packaging. I personally love a glass frosted bottle or a glass bottle for my foundations, and this one's just so nice and sleek and chic. It's just super cute in my opinion. I mean, what can you really ask for in a foundation packaging? Like, this is cute. This is it. I got mine in the shade 117 light medium, and I did bring out the big mama lens so you guys can see the detail and everything, and you can see the detail in my skin, which that I'm not so happy about, but you guys can see, like, I am getting pimples all over here. I don't know why. Look at down here, it's just central, pimple central. So I thought, like, hey, it's a perfect day to try out a foundation. My skin had been really clear, but you know, sometimes things come around and then we get these. Anyways, the sponge, which this is a box for it. This is the Seamless Beauty Sponge, and as you can see on the side, it literally has a little picture of the little style of the sponge, and it looks like a Hershey's Kiss. I was shocked. Now here we have the sponge. It's a beautiful, I don't think it's like an orange shade, it's more of a peachy corally orange shade. Very pretty. I really like it, and I want to show you guys the detail on this sponge. If this big mama lens will focus, there we go. Do you guys see the letters right there? It says Dose of Colors, like it's embossed in there. Super cute. That's an extra detail. And this one retails for $15. Yeah, I don't need another sponge, but I just got suckered into getting this sponge because I was already getting the foundation. I was like, you know what the heck, let me get them both and try it out together and see how it works. I love trying out sponges and foundations, so I honestly don't mind buying them. Anyways, let's get on to a couple of claims that this foundation has, which is that it's a medium to full coverage foundation. It is a matte foundation, which you guys know that's all me. It has a blurring effect, which that is what I'm most interested in. When you say blurring, I'm just like, I'm sold. I need that in my life. I need it for my skin. Do you guys see these crater like pores? Oh my gosh. It reduces the appearance of fine lines. We will see that in these fine lines right here. Good thing I have some huge ass ones so we can test it out on those. And fine lines and skin imperfections, and we have a lot of those today. It is a buildable lightweight coverage, which sounds fabulous. Music to my ears. Long wearing. It has high pigment, and it is a matte finish. All those claims are like music to my ears, and I want that music to keep playing throughout the video and for them to be true, and like I want to see all that all those claims happen on my skin. It is vegan, cruelty-free, talc-free, paraben-free, fragrance-free, and oil-free. So it's free of a lot of things that we don't need on our skin. That is amazing. The sponge also says that it's paraben-free, latex-free, dye-free, sulfate-free, and I don't know how to pronounce the last one.
Oh, I was feeling like a badass. Like, yeah, maybe all of it, and that last one got me.
Phthalates? Phthalates? Phthalates free? Phthalates.
Yeah, I think. Got it.
Phthalates free. So that's the claim on this. And then in the back, it just says our sponge has a unique flat bottom teardrop.
See, there I go. Feeling like a badass again.
Teardrop shape, which allows for smooth, even coverage and seamless application. You can wet the sponge, use it with your liquids or your cream or powder products. So I'm excited for the sponge. Now I will say I am going to apply this foundation exactly how I would apply any other foundation. I'm not going to do anything different than what I do to my daily foundations or any foundations that I try out. I will be priming my skin. I will be setting my skin with a powder, and I will also be setting it with the setting spray, just because that's what I always do with my foundations. And I don't like to try foundations without a primer because I'm not the type to not wear a primer. Like, I literally wear a primer every single day. The primer we will be using is the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. I love this stuff. Let me show you how much I love it. It is hurting my little corazon that I have to buy a new one already because it is pricey. Can you, there we go. Do you guys see? Like, I literally use and abuse this stuff. That's how much I love it. Like, it's hurting my heart. I need to buy a new one, but it works so good on my skin, and it just it does wonders for my skin. So this is what we will be applying as our primer. So let's get right into it because I want to see how this works, and I'm also going to be dampening my sponge.
One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two.
Okay, as you can see, I did a full pump on this side and a full pump on this side, and I will say the foundation doesn't dry matte immediately, and I feel like it's not going to dry like super overly matte. So it can definitely be a foundation that will work for people with dry skin as well, because the finish of it right off the bat is kind of like a semi-matte, a demi-matte, a satin matte, I could even go as far as saying, because as you can see, look at my skin has some sheen to it. It looks very nice, I'm going to say. Definitely covered my redness. The sponge, I cannot believe how good and how much I like this, how good it is, because if you guys are the type that apply your brows or do your brows first and then go ahead and do your foundation, and it's always like annoying and a hassle to blend the foundation you apply around your brows, you guys know most of the time I apply foundation on this portion of my face when I'm going to do my eye makeup first. But with this sponge, I can go ahead and do my brows, and I can easily blend my foundation to as closest as possible, even a little bit on top of the brow. And it doesn't move the brow, but it blends the foundation because the tip of this is so fine and precise. You can get all the way into the inner corner of your eye, like all the way in there perfectly. Like, it just fits perfectly in there. I can also get in between my eyebrows and not ruin them. I'm going to be touching them up, but it's crazy how precise you can get to your brows, like as close as you possibly can. I was going to say this is just another sponge, but it's definitely different than the other sponges. I know there's many sponges on the market, but to me, they're all unique in their own way, just like this one is unique in its own way, and I definitely feel like it can become my favorite sponge. So I'm going to go ahead and apply one more coat of foundation to see how it's going to look. Just one coat on my whole face. I'm going to blend it out and see how that looks. So that will be a total of 3 coats of foundation. There's the 3, which I'm totally fine with because this foundation literally feels like I'm wearing nothing. It feels so lightweight on the skin. So let's go ahead and do one more coat, and my concealer I will be using, I think I'm going to be using my Born This Way concealer today, and this is in the shade Vanilla. Okay guys, I can now see that blurring effect now that my foundation is completely matte. I use my setting powder all over my skin, and that is how I always powder my face. So if you thought it was a little too much, that's exactly what I do. If you've seen previous of my tutorials, I always apply that same amount of powder. To me, I don't think it's a lot. Again, I have oily skin, so I always have to set my skin. So now that I set it, I can definitely see how flawless it looks. I mean, I have that good lens on so you guys can really see my skin, and please don't mind my eyebrows, I will fix them. But for the most part, I can definitely say that now I see the full coverageness. So this is definitely a foundation that if you have oily skin, you do need to set it. For sure you need to set it because it doesn't fully dry matte. I don't know how long I have to wait for it to dry matte. 5 minutes. But I mean, I did wait like about 5 minutes when I did the first layers of foundation, and it didn't dry within 5 minutes. You guys saw I still had those patches or those areas in the skin that look glowy, like a healthy, nice glow, like around the chin, especially in the middle of the forehead. The tip of my nose looked very glowy. So although I don't mind that, I definitely thought it was going to be a more matte foundation. It definitely is full coverage, medium to full. If you add a little more layers, you can definitely get it to be a very full coverage foundation, and it still feels very lightweight on the skin, which is something that I can appreciate because I personally have to use 3 coats of foundation like I did today. But I don't mind because that's normally what I apply with my other foundations, and I like the finish it gives my skin. It's such a pretty, flawless finish. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay guys, so I finished my makeup. As you can see, it looks really nice. I feel like it didn't get blotchy or splatchy or anything like that. It didn't move. My foundation didn't like do anything weird. Everything went on so flawless, so beautiful on top of the foundation, and I really like that, and my hair is driving me nutsos. I can definitely say that this being my first impression, was such a good first impression, and personally those are my favorite kind of first impressions because it just makes me excited to keep trying the product, to keep using the product and keep like seeing how it works. Now I want to try it with other concealers and other primers to see if it works as well as it did with this stuff that I used today. I really like the finish it gave me. Again, I feel like it's a foundation that will be perfect for not only oily skin but dry skin. Now of course I have to test the longevity of it and see if it truly is long lasting and how quick I will get oily, but I feel like the sponge is definitely a hit, at least for me and for what I liked it for, like applying the foundation around my brows and all that. Especially that I film videos, I like to have my brows done before I do my eye makeup, so I definitely love this sponge. It is very spongy and like super squishy. That's the correct word. Very squishy. But I like that it applies the foundation so seamlessly and just so flawlessly, and also it feels like very effortlessly it's just blending the foundation, because I was like, okay, maybe I have to, you know, rub it, but no, like I was just going like this very gently actually, because I really wanted to see how it was blending out, and it was actually blending out really nice. Again, super effortlessly. I will continue to use this. I'm glad I bought this. I don't feel like it was a waste of money. Definitely amazing sponge. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this foundation. Do you think it looks good? If you have dry skin, would you try it? Again, if you have oily skin, would you try it as well? Let me know all the cheesemit down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all your support, and like always, I will see you all in my next video. Bye.